And I come with around 14 years of experience in the industry in the field of information security, risk management, cyber security, governance, more on to process procedures, cyber security regulations, penetration testing, and other experience, other background. So before I start the class, I believe, in this class, I wanted to understand, or I wanted to introduce everybody with their name, with their experience, and their background of on their on the computer knowledge. Like, I mean, this cybersecurity course requires people to have basic knowledge on network, or basic, or a computer science background, where they need to have a fair understanding about, or a basic understanding about operating system, networks, or basics of computer. I believe all of the participants are do have enough knowledge, or have a computer degree, I guess. Correct? So I would want everybody to introduce themselves with their with their experiences, and also their expectations from the class. I'll be able to change the curriculum accordingly based on the students expectations. Okay. So to whom do we start off first? I can start off with Pawan, would you be able to quickly introduce yourself?
Hey, hi. Hi, Nathan. My name is Pavan. So I have my background is in from computer science too. So I have my experience in working as a data engineer, but not into the cybersecurity. But I do have exposure on the networking models where I've learned it from my bachelor's. But I didn't get a chance to do it in the real time environment. But I
Mhm.
have an exposure as we do discuss.
Okay, okay, understand. That sounds good to me. How much years of experience do you have, Pawan,
I
in the
have,
industry?
yeah, I worked in like
I mean, if you do not have experience, also it's absolutely fine to attend my class. But I'm just trying to understand the candidates' knowledge and their exposure to the industry, so that I can amend my course contents accordingly. That's the reason. So please don't mind.
yeah, I have 4 to 5 years working in
Okay.
data, but not into
Mhm.
the networking stuff and all.
That's okay, no problem at all.
Yeah,
Do you have any certifications, Pawan?
not yet, nothing.
Okay, no problem. Okay, thank you, Pawan, for
Yeah.
introduction. And what is your expectations from this class, Pawan?
Uh, Basically, I don't have pure expectations that, but by till end of this course, what I'm expecting is the roles that we gonna apply and the technologies, in the
Mhm.
cybersecurity, particularly which wing we gonna
Mhm.
um,
That
apply
definitely I
for.
will assist you, but I'll be able to assist you
Yeah,
by end of this course, Pawan. No problem.
just okay. I mean, a few things.
Mm.
Does the CCNA or the packet tracer concepts will be included in this stuff, or those were the entirely a different?
I mean,
Uh,
CCNA packet would be a complete different course
okay,
altogether.
no.
Mhm.
Yeah, just to
Okay,
have a
keep your
confirmation,
expectation
right?
right.
So
Because
those
I'll
were
tell you, as
my
soon as you said packets itself, I was completely, I'm completely able to understand that that involves a lot of routers,
yeah
switches,
those
and real time experiences, where
yeah
each
those were
packet
my
would be and all the other
those
things.
were
That's a
my
separate package.
yeah
That's a
those were
separate
my
course.
little drawbacks that I could say.
Mhm.
So
But
just
don't worry
keep.
about it. I mean, it will help. I mean, what I can say is the packets, or the contents of packets will help you on certain
Mhm.
part of the courses, where I'll be
Okay.
able to little stress you out, or little explain you in detail where the packet is passed in a
Okay.
common understandable process. That will be into authentication and authorization.
Yeah.
I'll explain, no problem.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. Next one, please. AS broadband services. Can I
No,
get to
you can
know?
leave that one and shift to the another one.
Okay, AS SQL doctor. I don't know who is
Hi,
SQL
Nathan.
doctor.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, 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 I can hear you.
Awesome. Hi, Nitin. My name is AJ, and basically, I have 16 years of experience in IT, and currently, I'm working as a data architect. And the reason why I joined this training is to understand this new branch of IT in demand. And
Mhm.
cybersecurity is gaining a lot of ground these days, and there are so many tools coming.
Mhm.
I want to understand how this field is going, and at the end of this training, my aim is to understand and get some placement secured in the cybersecurity side.
Definitely, definitely. Since you're working as an architect, definitely cybersecurity is something which you can look at next. I think you're at the right field, Asia, and 16 years of experience. Well done. I can say I can suggest you a few of the courses, and I'll tell you from where to start for in cybersecurity. And I think you're good with that. I mean, architect is something which is really cool enough, which you can look at. Next of security, securing into cybersecurity. That's what I can tell you, Asia. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. So
Can you
who's
tell me
going?
what roles in cybersecurity would qualify for this training?
Definitely, definitely, AJ. With 16 years of experience, I can coolly tell you that since you play an architect role, AJ, you can always work as an individual consultant. Okay, where you'll be having risk management or information security projects, which you will be assigned to, where you'll perform individual assessments called as risk assessments, called as information security assessments, where you will actually sit with the architect trying to understand. Say, example, if you're getting a new product to the organization, or if you're planning to get a new product launched within your organization or from the vendor, you'll perform a cyber security assessment within your organization.
Mm,
So you can definitely pick up all those things. You can perform a risk assessment. You can, with the 16 years of experience, with the architectural experience you have, you can actually get into in detail about the coding on how securely you can build cyber security practices, rules, regulations, policies, implementations, all those things you can do it, AJ. So I'll be able to assist you on that ongoing on the class, but you will most probably look at concentrating on the process and procedures side, and not on hands-on experience side, because hands-on experience would
yeah,
come to
yeah,
you come to experience for a person who is looking at his future into penetration testing. All right, or those who are into looking at ethical hacking or starting their career into cybersecurity. Since you have 16 years of experience, you can move into process, procedures, implementing rules, auditing, all those things. AJ, I'll be able to assist you on that with my experience. All right, cool.
I see. Okay, yeah, but still, I should have those hands on, right?
And so
So that I
I'll
understand.
definitely tell you what needs to be done, what needs to be read during my classes, so that you'll be able to pick it up. All right.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah, cool then. Who's going to go next? Sam?
Hi Nitin, this is Samhita. I have like 3 years of experience in manual testing, and then I'm currently working with a networking company as a tier
Mm-hmm.
one technical support.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I thought
Mm-hmm.
this would I wanted to learn more about
Mm-hmm.
cybersecurity, and I thought my current work would add a little knowledge to our
Mm-hmm.
experience would help me in understanding more or grow wide in the
Mm-hmm.
cybersecurity.
Okay, got it. I can definitely understand, or with your 3 years of working experience into manual testing, you can use that knowledge into gaining up your career or shaping up your career into cybersecurity with relevant openings or relevant findings, which could actually help you out bag openings into cybersecurity or start your career into cybersecurity. You would definitely fit into a basic role, such as where you will be part of analyst, or where you will actually look at assessing cyber security rules, regulations, or you can look at working on data governances, data classification, data identification, uh, and more of securing our networks. Those are the things which I'll be covering, which will be part of our curriculum itself. So I think this would be the right course for you to start off. I'll be able to walk you through what are the things which you'll have to concentrate. Like, say example, if you're planning your career into penetration testing, I would tell you that you'll have to look at gaining hands-on experience on different tools, which I'll be able to tell you, explain you on what path we'll look at it, and all the other things. All right.
Okay, thank you.
I think sounds good. 3 years of experience, I could definitely tell you this is the right time for you to start a path into cybersecurity. Well, I took up cybersecurity after 4 years of my working experience. With the starting 3-4 years, I was also in networking only.
Mhm.
I was part of network administration, system administration, and all the other things. I started with cybersecurity with hacking itself, or penetration testing itself as an analyst. So I think this is a good time to start off your career into cybersecurity. All right. Did I miss anybody? Suchita Mishra. Did
Hi.
I? Hi, Suchita.
Hi. So I'm completely not into the background of anything like IT or anything. I was a teacher before.
That's absolutely fine. No
Back
problem.
back in India, I was an English teacher and
Okay.
worked in few overseas
Mm-hmm.
consultancies as a
Mm-hmm.
for taking admissions for overseas education and all.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Then moving to US on the
Mm-hmm.
dependency, I worked in after
Mm-hmm.
school kind of thing
Mm-hmm.
and Montessori's.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Presently, I'm in
Mm-hmm.
search of work and planning
Mm-hmm.
up to upgrade myself and get into
Mm-hmm.
something new.
That's a different this one altogether. But do you have basic knowledge about computers, or about
Yes,
networks?
I was a BCom computers student, not into
Okay,
not into
that's
BSc or
okay.
anything. I was BCom computers student. So
Mm-hmm.
basic, I have knowledge, but not
Okay.
at all into
I
the
mean,
practice.
basics as in just if you get to have a brief understand about networks, operating system models, so that when I use certain jargons, if you are able to catch up, nothing like it. You'll have to do a little bit of more. You'll have to put in a little bit of more effort in
Effort,
into the,
yes.
into the training to get understand about cybersecurity, or
Mm.
to understand what exactly is cybersecurity all about. A little bit of more what do you call that, effort is needed. I think definitely you'll be able to crack through the cybersecurity contents. All right.
Mm.
So okay, cool then. Did I miss anybody?
I think we are done. We can
Okay,
get
okay,
into
cool.
the overview.
Okay. So I will quickly start off with. Okay, so to start off with, I think from the things, from the experiences, or from the class, candidates which I have understood is that I will have to start off with a little bit of basics of cybersecurity, and then I will have to cope up with the course contents whichever I've got it. Okay. So I'll quickly start off with trying to understand why do we require cybersecurity, or what is cybersecurity? Can anyone tell me in the class, please? It could be of a basic understanding. I mean, if it could be of a fair understanding. What is cybersecurity altogether?
Something that,
Securing the
yeah, securing the networks and, keep
Mm-hmm.
everything safe.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
In,
Exactly. That is right. I mean, why
securing
do
of
we
the
require cybersecurity?
To protect the data.
Exactly, that is right. That's the basics. That's the pretty much basics. We require cybersecurity in our organization everywhere, because we need to secure our data. If we look at, during the older times to right now, what is happening is that, if you look at, like, go back 10 years before, or 14 years before, what used to do is where were we storing our data? If you go back to our system, or the banks or anything as such, everything, every data or every ledger or every transaction was stored in the form of books or booklet, which was being kept years together in a different rooms. But now what is happening is that all of our data is being over the internet. It's in our databases. So it's, when it is on the internet, or when it is on the database, it is prone to cybersecurity attacks, cybersecurity, the data leaks and all the other things. So we require cybersecurity to secure our information in a best possible way, so that our reputations are not impacted for the organization. All right. So then cybersecurity, we understood what is cybersecurity. Okay, but where are implementing cybersecurity? On what possible way can you use cybersecurity? I'll start from the basics. Okay, if I say basics, by implementing a username and password for your laptop, so that it doesn't, your data doesn't get stolen by unknown user or unknown person or anything as such. That is the basics. Then when you come to the application security, what is an application, or where is the application could be your Windows login, or your Windows credentials, or where anybody can access through your Windows credentials. That's called application security, where you will have to what do you call that, secure your username and passwords through application security. Next, we look at network security. Yes, now we have secured our laptops, we have secured our applications. Now which are the way where our data can be taken out by an hacker? It could be network, it could be of through operations, or anybody would be known for us. So how do we secure our networks? By implementing intrusion detection system. We can say that we can have a nice antivirus installed in a computer, so that no virus or malware can be installed by an external person through different ports or different process or procedures, and they try to steal our information. All right. So we understood what is cybersecurity, which are the way we can secure our information from the attackers, or the you know or third persons. Okay. So in the cybersecurity, we have three pillars, that would be of confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Okay. So if we look at confidentiality talks about how best have we stored the data, as in how better have you been storing the data. When the data is being transferred from a person to person, or from one place to another place, how securely are you transferring the data? Like, say example, I'm a user of the organization, or an employee. Okay. So I need to access my company related information. So how do I gain access to that? Are there any authentication methods, authorization methods? Do we have any way of using my username and password, so that I'm the right user to access my cybersecurity details and all the other details? So once I gain information to the data, I understand that what are the ways which we actually look at accessing the data, or by looking at implementing few of the secure channel means, such as implementing password related storage, or hashing methods, cryptographical methods, secure storage, or secure channel, where we'll talk about more into how the data will be transferred from one destination to other destination, and how do we access our information and all the other things. All right. So in this class, I mean, to set your expectation right, I believe the content needs to be the what do you call that, changed a little bit, just to have the understanding about cybersecurity basics, and then understanding about network security, and I need to get more into in detail about cloud security, and there are few other sessions which I'll have to look at in detail about it. All right, so just give me a minute, please. So I believe you would require a customized selection of the cybersecurity, where I'll be able to I'll be able to look at the basics of cybersecurity. What are the roles of cybersecurity analyst, on what would be his job, or what would be his day-to-day activities while performing cybersecurity work, or anything related to penetration testing or SOC analyst, or if a network monitoring tool is given to you, you keep on monitoring, you find any anomalies or anything as such, how do you do it, how do you process, all those things are covered in this class. Okay, moving on to networking and fundamentals, I would cover on the network architecture, how the network architecture is built, where are the what are all the different TCP IP models which you will be able to look at it, understand about how your networks could be secured. That could be of different methods called HTTPS, HTTP, and or your web services. How you can secure your web services through secure coding. Then how your web services could be used to defamate by through what do you call that, SQL injection. And I will be able to give you a small understanding about how SQL attack happens from system to system, from database to database, and how you could secure a network and all the other things. Then we'll cover the operation system. When we look at operating system, I will cover you based on how secure you can keep your operating system by having all the patches updated within your system. You look at databases, you look at what are all the open ports which will be open for you. I can give you few of the tools and examples on how you can on which ports are related to which tools, and by which port can give you what kind of access and all the other things. Then we look at trying to understand about what is, what is a threat, what is a malware, how a malware is being planted to a system to system, and how do you gain access to the system, how do you look at securing your networks, how do you clear your tracks, how do you run an exploit from a system to system. Then you look at in detail about phishing attacks. You look at in detail concepts about different kinds of attacks, such as DDoS attacks. And I would also cover a little bit of more on on a new cybersecurity concept called MITRA attacks and framework, which will actually give you an overview of understand about top 10 vulnerabilities, on what are the top 10 vulnerabilities which are there. I'll give you a few of the vulnerability pages also, where you can actually look at CV ratings of each vulnerabilities, and how are these vulnerabilities being detected, and how are these vulnerabilities framed, and all the other things. All right. Then we look at how a virus is being analyzed. We look at I can have your demo session of using different tools on URL scanning, then domain tools, DNS views. I'll use different tools such as Nmap. Nmap is a different tool which will help you out to understand or give you a concept on open ports which is available within the system. Then you'll have penetration testing basics on how do you perform penetration testing, how ethical hacker thinks, what kind of different hackers are there in the system, and what kind of exploits will hacker be using to exploit the system, and what kind of information he'll be able to gain from everything. That's what all those features will be covered on the penetration testing part. Then we'll have malware analysis. In the malware analysis, I'll be able to help you out to understand about how the malware is being created. How a developer, from a developer perspective, how zero-day exploits are created, how the exploits are being used from each system to system to explore each vulnerability. I can give you an hands-on experience of all those things. Then I would cover a little bit of cloud security, more onto AWS cloud principles, on what kind of rules regulation needs to be there. I think this will actually help you all to understand about what kind of secure policies, secure development rules, process, procedures are to be covered in the class. Then I'll talk about security information event management. I will look at in depth analysis of say example, if you find, sorry, did I miss anything? Did somebody want to talk to me? No. So we will cover in detail about how to understand SQL injections. How do we look at phishing attacks? What kind of information? Like, say example, when you talk about phishing attacks, say example, you receive an email from an unknown sender saying that this is your username and password. Your password is going to expire soon. Will you be able to please click on this link from the bank? And then the URL will not be of the bank, but it will be of hacker who is trying to gain information about your username and passwords, your personal details, and all the other things. Is that clear? Did I miss any of the topics? Please let me know.
One question, Nitin. This is Pavan again. I've seen a few. Just talking about the roles, I've seen some roles called the IAM security. Would this course tends towards that role too? Like what? The
I will
IA?
definitely cover a part for sure, Pavan.
Okay.
100% for sure. When you look at identity and access management, this is
Yeah.
where the basic starts from the cybersecurity.
Mm-hmm.
I be able to tell you, how you distinct between the database, how the users are created between the database from a
Mm-hmm.
process perspective. I can talk
Okay.
a lot to you about identity and access management from a process
Okay.
point of view, how the username and passwords are created. You
Mm-hmm.
need to have certain process procedures according to the organization, Pavan. Okay,
Okay.
you need to have approval in place. You need to have two people creating a username and password. You need to
Mm-hmm.
have different validations. Then you need to have password policies which will be implemented. You need to
Yes.
have alphanumeric character.
Uh, I think your voice is muted, Nitin.
I think we lost you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Now it's good. Yeah.
Now we can.
Yeah. So I think you will be able to understand or perform assessment based
Mm-hmm.
on the username and passwords. What
Okay.
kind of access each person has. Okay, like
Yeah.
example, Pawan, I'll be able to pick up application of HDFC Bank's
Mm-hmm.
phone banking. This one itself application.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when you look at username and passwords, or authentication and authorization methods, your users will be what do you call it, classified. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So when a username and password is created, you'll have different user access methods, user access right roles, which will be assigned to you. Based on the roles, they'll be able to see different web page, which will be assigned for you from the backend perspective. Okay, so as a
Okay.
developer, you'll have complete read and write access for it. But as an end user, I'll be able to only look at my account details, the transactions which has been performed, the trades
Mm-hmm.
which has been performed. Only few of the certain accesses. All those things
Okay.
come under authentication authorization methods. I can talk
Mm.
a lot about it. when
Okay.
when you get securing your networks on how securely you will be able to build it. I think this is something which, with your 16 years of experience, you will be able to look at something next with certain number of courses which I can tell you, where you can look at CISSP, then C risk, all these courses will actually help you out to gain that relevant experiences and knowledges, and then you'll be able to successfully perform a independent cybersecurity assessment. All right.
So, can we expect lab setup within the sessions once after you complete each session, or
I mean,
it's
in the mid of the sessions itself, I'll be able to help you out with the different VMs which you'll have to install in your systems, and
okay?
you must be able to run all those tools. Okay, like as I said, the different tools like say scanning, you use Nmap. Okay,
Yeah.
so Nmap is a tool which you will be able to understand, which actually tells you what are all the open ports. Okay, to start off
Yeah.
with scanning. Okay, scanning, enumeration. In this process, what happens is that you will think as a cybersecurity analyst or ethical hacker, where you're trying to gain information. Where are the information available for us? Through the internet. Okay, first thing, what you will do to perform an assessment, you understand, where is their website hosted. You will find their IP addresses. You will understand on whose name is the website hosted. You will go to LinkedIn, search that person details, do a little bit research about the person. Once you have the IP address details, you understand, which server it is been hosted, where are the server details. Then you go back to the website. You understand where are their company operating from. What are all the databases they have, what kind of admin accesses do they have through SQL injections, what kind of what do you call that, the login pages do they have. You spoke about user authentication methods.
Mm-hmm.
you know
Yeah.
all those things comes into place. That is how you perform a individual penetration testing to a system, where you actually gain information from the organization. Then you actually perform a attack to the system. That's how it is. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So just you spoke about some IP addresses and all. Can we expect I mean, or else do we need to have a detailed knowledge on IPv4, IPv6, subnet?
I would tell you, if you have basics also is more than enough. I would tell
Okay.
you. Then everything is dependent on how in detail you wanted to study. See, if you look at
Okay.
networks only, network is beyond routers, IDS, and IPS. Okay, if you look
Definitely.
at if you look at it, networking, if you look at getting into in detail of networking, you would go above the router configurations.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be pretty much easy for you to look at router configurations,
Yes. Yes.
their IDS, IPS configurations, because nowadays everything comes on the default settings, where people would still use their routers with the default settings itself. All
Yes.
right. So it's pretty much easy to hack into the default setting networks, and then change the credentials based on your requirements. All right.
Mhm.
So if you look at a router, okay, well, I'll take a basic of my house network itself. Say example, I would go to ISP provider and tell them, hey boss, I need an internet connection for my house. Can you please install a router? They'll say, yes, yes sir. We are from Geo. I'll come to your house only. I'll be able to give you a free router also. I will do every installation. I'll give you a Wi-Fi username and password and then go. So all these things will be on the default settings itself, whichever is being given to us. All right. In fact, he would actually give you the password, also configure his password and give it to you. Certain people will not even tell you to change your passwords, which is very much easy for people to hack into your network and use your username and password credentials, especially on your admin credentials. If you look at it in India, 80 to 90 percentage of users, basics, what do you call that, username and passwords will be of admin to admin and admin, which would be easy to crack into or get into the device. All right.
Okay.
So you, as a cybersecurity analyst, you suggest people not to use default settings. First thing first is that you always need to tighten your cybersecurity or information security, where your data doesn't goes out. All right, which would be of not letting your information over the internet. First thing first is that we are used to people. Okay, we speak to a lot of people. We work in different organizations. while communicating to the people itself, lot of that, we have a separate chapter called as insider threats. Okay, where you're part of the team itself, and you actually look at gain access to their systems through admin access, and then you plant a Trojan to your system, and all your software gets corrupted. So all those things are there. So you as an individual, or as a cybersecurity architect or analyst, you actually try to, implement certain cybersecurity rules by implementing, intrusion detection system, intrusion prevention system, updating antiviruses, updating all of your softwares, not letting any open ports open throughout the system, not letting any important information to the external organization or anything over the internet. All those things are required. All right, Pavan?
Yes, Nathan. Thanks.
Nitin, hey, so sorry for interruption. So, hey, Pawan, what was your question regarding IPv4 and all?
Mm-hmm.
You,
Sorry?
Sorry, Sanjay. Can you repeat that? It's for me?
you asked me something about the covering for the IPv4, kind of that. What was the question? I
No.
missed.
No. Actually, I just wanted to know, do we need to have the detailed knowledge about the IPv4 subnet mask and IPv6, where we the configure the IP addresses for different services, that for domain name services, DHCPs, is all the protocols and all. So do we need to have a complete or a little bit of more knowledge into that before starting this course, or will that be covered in this course?
So
That would
basically,
definitely go ahead, Sanjay, please. Yeah. Go ahead,
so
Sanjay, please.
basically for the related to the networking. So I think if you need, then we can cover the separately, but basic networking part, where you are going to learn a little bit about the network, SI layer network, how the network used to work, what is the subnetting, how the routing protocols work, and what is the ACL and all. So basically, might be that we can separately cover.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Nitin can explain how much he is covering in this curriculum. But apart from that, na, if you guys need, then I'm open to cover it separately.
Okay, perfect. Like, I just wanted
And
to just get an understanding that if that covers, that fine. If that not, is also fine. But if he covers, do we need to have any prior in-depth little knowledge on this, or not? Just a question.
so no, he have a knowledge. So basically, might be that is not part of this curriculum what we are presenting.
Yeah,
But
yeah, perfect.
if you need, we can cover. We can add those points. So that's why I'm asking. If you need to add on something, then we are open to add. We don't have any concern. So we have the standard curriculum what we have made,
Okay.
and apart from that, we are open to change. Make it the changes.
Yep.
Yeah, Nitin,
Yeah.
Nitin sir, I'm correct.
Yeah. 100% correct.
Yeah,
Sanjay.
so you can go ahead. So, thanks, sir. Extremely sorry for the boring in the middle.
No,
Thanks, sir.
no. It's good that we clear our doubts. So I think these are all the things which are being covered as part of the curriculum. So is there anything else which which you wanted to ask me, any kind of questions or anything as such? Or is there anything which you wanted to know, or you wanted to understand, or or any expectations or anything? Please tell me about it.
Upon tell me, I think he does. So
No,
He is
I
done.
just said okay.
Anil
I
sir,
didn't write.
I think he can call. So Anil sir, just share your own idea, sir. What do you think about that? If so, anyone like Mishra ma'am, Mishra. So, yeah, Nitin sir, you can then continue. Now. That's But anyway, guys, we are open to add some more topic as per your skill set and the requirement. So you don't think whatever we have shown. Apart from that, we are open to add some other topics as well.
So I think I'm good to
Yes.
Sanjay. So
I'm asking this person no, who is exactly looking for the training, no, basically. So basically, they know their requirement, what they are thinking, what is their roadmap, where these guys are going to make a career. So you guys know very well. So based on then, based on your requirement, because cybersecurity itself a bigger domain. It's about more than eight subdomains are there in that. So if you need any specific requirement, a specific domain requirement, then we are open to cover that part as well. But anyway, the duration will be increased. And the curriculum also that is going to increase. So Nitin sir, you can continue with your sessions.
yeah, I mean, next is to start off with the course curriculum, or I could pick up any kind of small topic and then start covering with the time frame which is left over. So I think maybe I should continue in the next class on picking up a topic, and then I can start off talking about the topic or covering what all will be there part of the curriculum.
Nitin, can you share like the course content or whatever documentation that you would be showing us in the further classes? Can you share it with us?
Sure, sure, definitely.
You will definitely get the materials and the PPTs in the
Okay.
group itself. You will get the access of the class recordings as well over your Google Drive. With a lifetime access, you'll get it.
Okay.
So everything will be shared, like a curriculum, starting from the curriculum. And as Sam, what I requested you guys, you can add some point, then after we can make a final curriculum based on your requirement, if applicable. Otherwise, we can share this curriculum with you guys. And apart from that, we are going to cover like a real-time scenario that Nitin sir is already more than 15, I think around 15 years of experience. So he's going to give some real-time experience, interview practice, mock interview, and if you need, then we can provide some other things as well. So you will get everything from here.
Okay. And with your current content and everything, how long would it take for this course?
Nitin sir?
Ma'am, it's a 40-hour session complete with the classes and the resume building.
Okay, thank you.
So might be extended beyond the 40 hours also, ma'am. So just this is a rough account.
So it is purely dependent on the requirement you have, what kind of understanding you have about the course. I mean, it depends on I mean, each candidate come with different kind of experience. That's the reason I asked everyone what kind of experience do they come, and what kind of background do they come, and all the other things. Because when we look at certain experiences for each candidate, it would be different. For a person with 3 years, 4 years, you will need to put in a little more effort. But for a person with 12 years, 13 years of experience, if he has a glance about the knowledge, he'll be able to go through it, or he'll be able to make it up because he has that kind of industry experience and knowledge with him. So it is dependent on each person to person understanding. But however, if you in the class, if you come back to me and tell me, okay, this is something which I would require a little bit of in detail understanding or anything as such, I will definitely help you out. All right.
Sure. And I have one more question. By the end of this course, like whatever with the current content that you have, what kind of certification that we could do going further before looking for jobs? Like, is it would be like
So to start off from, okay, I'll explain you. Sam. So to start off with, I would suggest you to look at, since based on your working experiences and all the other things, I would definitely tell you to start off with, you have Security Plus, you have Certified Ethical Hacker, then if you look at a little bit of advanced of it, you will have cloud certifications, which you'll actually look at cloud security. Then based on your experiences, once you get certain fields, so what happens is that now, we if I look at myself standing in your shoes, cybersecurity will definitely give you a land of opportunity where you will have to where it will help you to build your career. All right, it will help you choose a path where you'll have to look at your future into it. So once you get into that kind of knowledge, or when you do a little bit of research or understanding about each courses or each subject, the opportunities keeps on opening up for you. If I look at myself from 5 years to 16 years of experience, I started with basics. I started with CCNA, CCNP, then cyber security, then Security Plus, then Certified Ethical Hacker, Computer Hacking Forensic Investigator. Then I have my CISSP, then I have CISA, then then risk management. All these things which I have gained myself over the period of time. All right. So once you start off from the base, I got my base, obviously started with cyber security with the basics of CCNA, CCNP, Security Plus, and CEH. Okay, the basic knowledge about ethical hacking and all the other things, the cyber security, the course which you're attending. Then obviously, with the experience you gain in the industry, you get opportunities opening up for you. So right now, cloud is something which you can look at it. Then you'll have IO, which you can look at it. Command prompts, which you can look at it. Database administration, which you can look at it. All those things.
Okay.
So I would strongly suggest you that you're definitely at a wonderful place to start off your career. I'll tell you, 10 year down the line, 12 year down the line, you will be, way more prouder about yourself. That's what I can write and give it to you. Okay. This gives you opportunities to start off your career, and then this will help you build up a career for you. Like, say example, how a developer chooses some kind of courses, like Java or Visual Basics or anything as such. We have chosen cyber security, which will be a very good boom in the future. That's what I can tell you. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Nish.
Any questions?
Nothing from my side.
Okay. Thank you, Samit. I think if we are good enough, we can. Sanjay sir, can we end the call?
Yeah, I think we are good to go. I think if anyone is having any queries, feel free to ask us. If not, then we can wrap up the call.
And Anil sir,
Sure.
are you there? Yep.
Yeah, I was available.
Okay. I was just waiting
So
for.
Anil sir, just be here for a couple of more minutes. Nathan, thanks, Nathan sir, for your time. So if all done with from your side, then you can drop.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
That are in the dimension data are mostly tracked over time, so it will preserve like your historical records. And when a change occurs, like a new record is kind of being inserted into the dimension table. So it will keep both the old and the new version versus how it is in type 1.
Can we drop the call now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Thanks, Manish. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Yes.
So Jita ma'am, you can also drop the call.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But thank you so
Thanks,
much,
Anil,
ma'am, for
yeah.
joining the session. We truly appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
One is, so if we do